Another wild night on WWE Raw. Saturday night's main event set to go this weekend as we talk a little LA Knight. Hey everyone, Rob Wong, joined alongside by Postmedia's wrestling writer Jan Murphy. And Jan, a pretty busy WWE Raw on Monday with some very interesting creative choices. What did you make of what we saw?
I certainly enjoyed the New Day stuff probably above everything right now. That's the most compelling uh, angle happening in wrestling. Took 2 weeks to kind of play out so far, but basically, if you didn't see it, they were having a reunion to mark their anniversary of becoming a tag team, the most decorated one in history. And everyone thought they were going to realign, and Big E was going to manage them, and Kofi, and they turned on him and they kicked him out of there. And the part that surprised me the most was that they managed to take shots at him, saying, "Hey, Edge came back from a serious neck injury. So did Kurt Angle. Yet you've done nothing." I thought it was, where it blurs that line between fiction and reality. It always is entertaining to me. So good stuff there. Drew McIntyre returning again. Drew's maybe the best worker they have in the company right now. Him coming back and kind of jumping into the bloodline angle intrigues me greatly, especially with WrestleMania being 4 months away. To me, that's very, very interesting to see if Drew's going to stay in that mix. He had a great year-long program with CM Punk. And the last piece was, and the piece that confounded me the most was what went on with the Wyatt Six. I get, why you might want to get a team to go over on them. Final Testament, they're kind of trying to build them. But pinning Uncle Howdy in that instance made zero sense to me. They've been building this character up, Bray Wyatt, like he even looks like Bray Wyatt now. To have him be the one to be pinned was very unnecessary and very damaging for a guy who has struggled at times to get over with fans.
Yeah, definitely an interesting choice there because, as you mentioned, they've really built up this character for quite a long time, and I think fans are expecting a bigger payoff, and for that to happen, sort of in the middle of the year where nothing is really going on, it's definitely a surprising kind of move at this point. But we'll see what comes out of that. Meanwhile, for the first time since 2008, we're getting a Saturday night's main event card that goes this weekend from Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York. Kevin Owens set to take on Cody Rhodes for the undisputed WWE Championship. But Jan, a lot of fans that are trying to attend this event, not too happy about the ticket prices, which are sky high. Kind of surprising for a event that's not a major PLE.
Well, yeah, as I wrote my column this week, the tickets went on sale as well for Elimination Chamber in Toronto. And the cheapest ticket you can find, way up in the 500 level, is just over $200. Very difficult to sell in today's climate. I saw a lot of that happening with Vancouver as well. Since TKO has taken over and they've kind of gotten away from doing house shows, they've got a Netflix deal. They maybe aren't generating as much money when they go into markets as they were before, when they would come to, say, Ottawa, and they would branch off and do a show in Kingston, maybe a show somewhere in Quebec City or Montreal. They could really bring up the whole roster and do 2 or 3 or 4 shows in a 2 or 3 day span. Now they're just moving in, doing the one if it's SmackDown, maybe 2 if they're PLEs, big ones. And they're talking now about a double PLEs, going forward. But I think a lot of that has to do with that, and I just believe everybody right now is charging more for tickets. I mean, there's ticketing fees through Ticketmaster and things like that. So yeah, a lot of wrestling fans are making note of it and being very vocal about it on social media. How, especially the Toronto fans, how expensive those tickets are. The packages the VIP packages are like in the thousands of dollars for a single ticket.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting to see what happens there because as I think we really expect here heading into 2025 with the Netflix deal, WWE is going to get pretty popular. And I imagine that people are going to want to check out these shows. And maybe there's a situation here where a lot of people are going to be priced out trying to get to these events. Lastly, got a chance to speak with former U.S. title holder, LA Knight, always a very outspoken individual. What can we expect from your chat with him?
Funny enough, he was. I said yesterday to somebody who asked me, he was in a great mood. He had just moved into his to his new apartment or new house. He had boxes stacked behind him. We talked about his long journey to get to the top. I mean, he's in his 40s. Didn't really hit the big time until the last year and a half or so. Talked a little bit specifically about the night that he believes that happened for him, which was during an episode of SmackDown. We talked about how he has not had much success in Canada. I reminded him that he lost in Toronto last summer when he was in the Money in the Bank match, and then he dropped his title in Vancouver a couple of weeks ago. So he hadn't actually thought about that until I pointed that out to him. So he's not very happy coming back to Toronto in March for Elimination Chamber. Yeah, we talked about that, and a lot of career stuff and the success he's had. Comparisons to The Rock and Stone Cold in terms of his promos and things like that. So a good chat.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you can find that on the Toronto Sun. As always, we appreciate Jan's thoughts. And you can follow him, of course, on Twitter at Jan_Murphy. And always leave your thoughts in the comment section below. For Jan, I'm Rob. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you next time.